Okay, welcome again to a demonstration on how to do some of the manual functions in Mapper. Once you've signed on, you will see this graphical user interface, and again, you can flip between the graphical user interface and the old look and feel. There's a variety of ways to do that. I've built in a menu, an extensive menu of a bunch of fast access things that I feel are great ways to speed up the use. And so while you can do everything through the menu, pointing and clicking here, like if we want to take a look at the active drawer index, cabinet 0, drawer B, or whatever existing drawers will be listed here. The one that we're going to look at is drawer D here. I created a report earlier, a test report here. And from this menu, you can also delete the test report because we're going to be adding it again and walking through a few procedures. I'm confirming I definitely want to permanently delete that. At any time, you can just, again, flip between environments here. And so the T is a table of contents call. And looking at the D drawer here, this is where we can add a report, and the way that you do that in the old look and feel is simply type AR space D. We want to add report in the D drawer. I'm going to call it test. There it is. I'm going to look at 1D. I want to add this data to 8D, so I type add to, and then I type 8D. Now it's added it, but it's a result. It's blue. It says result over here in place of the report designator. And now I'm going to replace this so that the result becomes permanent in 8D. It was already titled, but I'm going to make sure it's called test. Now, when I flip back to the GUI interface, it'll show me it where I can process it and do a variety of things to it. Let's take a look at adding and deleting data. So I can highlight a line and say that I want to delete that line, and we need to maintain update control so nobody else can manipulate this. Number of lines to delete, 1. Okay. We can flip back, and the way that one does it here is you highlight and just type on the keyboard Control minus, and you've deleted lines. We'll just clean this up with deleting all of them here. If I wanted to delete this report, I would type in DR instead of AR, delete report. It's going to make me type in what I want to delete, 8D, and transmit. The report has now been deleted. T again for table of contents. Here's the cabinet with all the drawers with data that once you sign on with your demonstration user ID, you can play with this data and modify it. And as you learn what the manual function commands are, you can start to manipulate this data in a variety of ways. Again, through returning to the home location, you can point and click and study what these buttons do. Open a report. Okay, I want to open a report in the demo database. I could actually just type locate, type in demo. This will get me down to the section. Every time I click locate, it'll move along to the next occurrence of demo. So again, as you become more proficient at this, I feel that in the old look and feel environment, things can be done much quicker. But to gain exposure and experience with the mentality of how all this functions, it's a good idea to understand what capabilities are present here. So if I wanted to add a report, we're going to select Add Report. It's going to add it wherever I select the drawer. I could specify I want it to go to 9. I know that doesn't exist. I'm going to title it Test. If I didn't specify, it would go to the next available one. It's added it. I can continue to manipulate this. I can send it out to a spreadsheet. I can go click directly in here, lock it, because I'm going to update it. Now it's indicated that it's locked. I want to go and directly edit it with an editor. This is what you see is what you get type editor. I can modify it in any way that I see fit, assuming that I'm not violating the editing codes that are automatically reinforced. So order number might force me to put zeros in here and not allow letters, for example. There's a lot of control in every aspect of this that you'll become familiar with. These features down here are nice because I want to duplicate this line so many times, or I want to yank this type of line. I can tell it the number of lines that I want to yank, so I could yank the line in question for 2 or 3 lines of uniqueness. And then when I say I want to put those lines perhaps down here, it's going to take those unique lines and place them down here. So you'll again learn more about what each of these functionality features and functions are capable of doing as we proceed. I want to delete this report. Here's an X. Remove this. Yes, I'm certain I want to remove it. Here's a drawer index. Taking a look at, again, the one we're working with, I can specify a range to look at. I can tell it to query and extract a particular user ID. Like we could have said micro and it would have pulled out these two in the list. The properties, these are the statistics that pertain to this particular report, when it was created, unique elements describing the nature and value of the data in the report. I can simply add a report right off of here. It knows 8 is the next one. I'm going to go ahead and add it. It has added it. There it is right there. I can duplicate that report. It knows it's going to go into 9, the next available slot. There it is. I can delete that report. Yes, I'm certain I want to delete, confirming the delete. Again, deleting and confirming. I'm going to keep these tutorials brief. I'm hoping that you will be walking through this yourself to get comfortable with the steps and procedures that you've just watched. And then we'll continue to add more wisdom as we proceed. Thank you, and look forward to sharing more and proceeding. Then there are several ways to access help. Regardless of how many menu functions have been added up here, help produces the entire manual. You can search it, peruse it. Extremely helpful. Or you can type in help, comma, for example, add report, and transmit. Here you have the specifics of how to execute not only the manual version, but the script or automatic version. And here's the parameters for how to set up the run statement, script statement, one and the same. Here's an example of what the run language looks like, the script code.